Welcome to the Practical Research Parenting Podcast. Here's your host, Nicole Weeks.
Welcome to the 9th episode in the Practical Research Parenting Podcast, and the third in the series talking with Associate Professor Sarah Blunden. Today we'll be talking about The Boss of My Sleep book, which is designed for 3 to 8-year-olds. Let's get straight into it. Shall we move on to your next book, The Boss of My Sleep?
Sure. The Boss of My Sleep book evolved out of my clinical practice, where I was faced with toddlers who were mostly either co-sleeping or needing a parent to stay in the room with them to get to sleep.
Right.
And were increasingly unable to sleep alone in their bedrooms, which apparently is the main aim of most Australian families.
Yes.
And most families in Western industrialised individualist societies such as Australia, America, Canada, etc.
And that's a good clarification. It's a solution for those who want that situation, but for those who don't, for those who are happy to co-sleep, it's not necessarily an issue.
At all. Not a problem at all. There is absolutely no evidence to support that not co-sleeping is at that age is a bad thing. That's completely society's doing.
Yes. Yep.
So if child is dependent on parent to stay with them or sleep with them, and parent doesn't want that to happen anymore for a range of reasons, there might be another baby coming, there might be a need for parental space. Then we have to help the child to understand that they are brave enough and strong enough and clever enough to do it by themselves and want to do it. So the Boss of My Sleep book has evolves around reinforcement theory. That is, I do something, I get a response that I like, and I'll continue to do it. And I need to also, as a toddler, feel in control of my life, because as a toddler, the world revolves around me and everybody's got to listen to me, and I am beginning to understand that I exist as an individual and all those developmental things.
Yeah.
So I would be, the children used to come in my clinic, and I would say that we would go through this wonderful routine where they'd choose their routine. We'd have a little book that I would print out off my computer.
Right.
I'd write down, we'll brush my teeth and go to the toilet and have my cuddle toy and have 6 stories with Dad and 2 stories with Mum and 10 kisses with my brother and 4 hugs with Mum and 10 pats of the dog, whatever they wanted to do.
Right.
And I had children massaging Mum's feet and brushing Dad's hair, all kinds of stuff. Whatever they want. And they get to choose, providing, of course, parents are okay with that.
Yeah.
And at the end of that process, it's sleep time, and they get everything in their room that they possibly want, because they want to come out and get the extra drink or the extra toilet or something.
Yeah.
So everything's in the room, and they know that. And if they do that and they lie in their bed quietly and they've done that, they get a sticker for that. That's sticker number 1. Now, that's an easy sticker to get because they've done exactly what they wanted to.
Yep.
They've done it with their parents or their siblings or something. They're happy, they're calm, they're in control, or so they seem, and they are getting rewarded for it. So that taps into a whole range of psychological constructs such as internal motivation, intrinsic desire to do the right thing, to be loved, to be cared for, all those things, and it taps into that, and they feel very happy with that.
Yeah, especially by giving them the choice of what they're doing. Yeah. Yes.
And, if you say, would you like 2 books or 3, and they say 5, well, no, you can't have 5. It's 2 or 3 or nothing.
Yeah.
And they'll go, okay, I'll have 2. Well, of course they're going to say 2. They're not going to say nothing.
No.
So that's a way of getting a child to make the choice, even though they're not really making the choice.
Yeah. 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 Choosing within bounds.
That's right. And that makes them comply.
Yeah.
More. So we've got the first sticker, and that's very good for parents who are having trouble with the routine in the first place. But most people are doing okay with the routine. But certainly a child would love to do that routine once they have chosen it, and it's a good one.
Yes.
So the next one is for waiting for Mum and Dad to come back. So it's not for sleeping. It's not for staying in my bed. Well, it usually is for staying in my bed, but that depends on the parents' rules. It's for waiting.
Yep.
So once we've got parent out of the bed or sitting in a chair next to the bed or something, or a mattress on the floor or something, then parent or child is trying to go to sleep. They've had their routine. They've got their first stick. They're very excited. Then parent says, I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a second, just like we do in the younger children.
Yep.
So I'll come back to you. I promise I'll come back. If you call out to me, I'll call back to you, but I'll be back in a second. So parent goes out, child might call. I'll be back in a minute, Johnny. Lie down. Just you do some waiting, and I'll be there in a second.
Yep.
You come 2 seconds later. Good waiting. That's great waiting. Good work.
Yep.
And you do that a few times, and the rule is he waits. And then if he waits and stays up or stays in his bedroom and he waits and he gets up in his bed, then he gets another sticker in the morning.
Right, yeah.
Now that's cut to the chase. As I said, the system itself could be flexible and different depending on the parents. But the Boss of My Sleep book that is downloadable from our Snooze for Kids website is accompanied by a manual that, when I say manual, it's an explanation book for parents. So what I've just explained then is explained in detail about why we give a second sticker, why we need the second sticker, what we do if the child doesn't care about the stickers, what we do if the child doesn't listen to any of this, what the backup plan is, so that we can hopefully we get the whole thing happening out of the child's choice to get the sticker and to do the right thing. And we do the sticker system. In the Boss of My Sleep book online, it's I think it's 7 days. When I do it in my clinic, it's a bit longer. But I use the Boss of My Sleep book online now because it's prettier, the book that I used to print out on my computer.
Right.
So essentially, by the end of a said period, the child will be sleeping in their bed by themselves, making the choice to stay alone. Because they want the stickers. When we end up with 7 days finished or 2 weeks finished, then we can work out a way to stop giving presents all night, every night, or not.
Okay. So does the Boss of My Sleep allow the kids to customise the bedtime routine?
Sure, absolutely.
Wow, okay, fantastic. So
they have a list there.
Yeah, right. So they can then select the ones they want in it.
Yes, and the Boss of My Sleep book, it's the one that's online that's up, goes through a process of Australian animals doing certain things to get themselves ready for bed.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great.
Wally Wombat goes into a cave. The koala goes into a tree, but not me. I go to my bed. The wombat goes into a dark cave, but not me. I have a nightlight, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, right. Oh, wow.
So they go through each page and then they get to the end of the page and there's a list of their routines. So I've done my teeth and my toilet and I've got my drink by my bed and I've got my cuddle toy and I read my 6 books and whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm asleep now and I get my first sticker.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great. I think, the amount of control it sounds like you're giving to the child is really important at that age there.
It is.
They're just growing into their own independence. So
that's right. And there's been some debate, particularly with me and I guess in the literature, about whether or not we should give the children, in inverted commas, control. But that kind of comes back to the same kind of question about whether we should or shouldn't ignore a child when they call out to you. It's a general parenting concept that is very different from parent to parent and very different from generation to generation, if you like, whether we should allow a child to make those choices or whether we should say to them, no, you just go into your bed and you sit there and you be quiet.
Yeah.
So it's my experience with my family was that's not helpful and that's not the kind of person I am anyway.
Yeah.
So this offers the capacity, because it does work, it taps into all those psychological constructs that do work. If people want to give their child choice and independence and confidence to make the right choice is the point.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they get rewarded for making the right choice. And if they don't make the right choice, and they won't, they're 3, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
Then you might say, no, Johnny, you have to lie still, because if you don't lie still, I'll have to leave. Now you stand up. If you were going to stand up and say to Johnny, do you want me to go to the door? And they'll go, no, great, I won't. But you need to lie down. That's it.
Yeah.
End of story. And it's done, because Johnny will lie down because Johnny wants you to stay.
Yeah.
And so it's about teaching a child that there is a limit to what you can do.
Yep.
I really am the boss and I need to be the boss.
Yes.
But I'm pretending that you're the boss so that you can feel terrific about yourself and change your behaviour without any stress.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, kids are growing all the time, so I guess how much control they have is a growing entity, really, that it's a constant play that you're learning to go with. Yeah.
And children are so perfect in their desire to be happy and to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't think any child is born with a horrible streak in them. It's just that if we can tap into the key to how to get to them, they will.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And in terms of the rewards, I know that sometimes rewards can also undermine that intrinsic motivation. Have you sort of looked into that at all or sort of thought about it?
I think about it a lot.
Yep.
And in the manual, the workbook that goes with the book, it discusses it quite a lot.
Yep.
Children will say, I don't really care about the sticker. I don't want the sticker.
Yeah.
And so I say to parents, that's okay. You don't have to have the sticker if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still can't come out of the room, or you still can't do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
It just means that it's nicer if you get the sticker. If we have an ingrained behaviour, why would a child change their behaviour? Why would a toddler who's co-sleeping with their parent, which is the best place to be in the world,
Yep.
why would they change their behaviour? Because they want to? No.
No.
Because they're made to? Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they choose to because they're bribed to,
Yep.
more likely to. And it's a bribe, an absolute bribe.
Yes.
But bribing works.
Yep.
And what I've got is a child that is not capable of reasoning and who has a very independent idea of what they should be doing, which is lying with you. So rather than make the whole thing a negative experience and make it a power struggle, which is what it would turn out to be, I kind of go, well, let's just see if the bribing works. And it does work. We all know bribing works. And yes, it is blatant bribe.
Yep.
And once the bribing has done its trick, if the first night this works, and it usually does, if parents get it right, it works the first night.
Yeah.
So if the second night the child says, oh, I don't want the sticker now and I don't want to lie on my bed, parents know that the child is choosing not to do the right behaviour.
Yeah.
Because they've just done it last night.
Yeah.
And so then that's a very clear indication that this is a behavioural issue that the parents have to work through in terms of limit setting.
Yes.
So the bribing is only a key to making the child make the choice, hopefully, to do the right thing so that we don't have to get cross.
Yeah.
That's why I do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess once they've done it for long enough, it becomes comfortable routine.
That's right.
And they do it because it is a comfortable routine.
That's right. It's behaviour theory. They learn it, they do it, they practice it, they're confident, they're happy, they get praised for it, and then you can take away the stickers and prizes if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And parents say to me, I think what your question was referring to is what happens when we stop giving the stickers and the rewards? Will they revert back? Well, they may well, but that doesn't change the fact that they can do it, and parents need to now limit set on that.
Yes.
So we have a dual thing going on. There's a child that chooses the behaviour or not, and there's a parent who guides the correct behaviour.
Yeah.
And the parent's not guiding the correct behaviour in a consistent manner, and as soon as the stickers are gone, the child reverts back and they're allowed to, then that's, well, allowed to. Maybe things are not as easy as that either, but for some reason or other, it goes back to as it was before.
Yep.
It's the same system.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, yeah. So it's a system for helping parents put limits into place as well as helping the kids get used to a new routine.
Absolutely. And it's a win-win for everybody because it doesn't have to be cross. And many a parent will say to me, look, I'm surprised at how quickly that worked because, you know, we've had ingrained lying together for such a long time, and every time I tried to leave the room, the child would be very unhappy.
Yeah.
So this, it's just very gratifying that this does work and that we're able to move on and get that little thing to be able to sleep confidently by themselves without a major battle.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Anything else you want to mention? It's been wonderful.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Thank you very much for talking to us today. It was really good and I've learned a lot, and I look forward to reading your books, and I'll put links to both of them on the show notes. Can you just tell us an audio version as well, where people can go to find your books?
Absolutely. My website that has all my resources, all my contacts to the Paediatric Sleep Clinic, and all my books, educational resources, academic papers and books is www.sleepeducation.net.au. That's sleep education, one word. On there you'll find the links to both books, but individually there are www.sensiblesleepsolution.com.au.
Yep.
And the boss for my sleep book is on a toddler-specific website called snoozeforkids.com.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Thank you. I'll include those in the show notes as well so that people can just click the links.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Nice to talk to you, Nicole. Bye
You
now.
too. Thanks. Bye. Well, I learned a lot from Sarah and I hope you did too. If you've enjoyed these podcasts, please consider leaving a review on the iTunes store. Thanks for now. Bye.